flashing the red. That'll be red as well.
I'm going to sync this motherfucker up.
Exactly. Well,
Sync and synced.
Exactly. Sink down just like your kitchen sink, where you have the garbage disposal and all your trash goes, and you're going to wait for some. You're going to have to hire the plumber, whatever his name is, Gregory. Are we going after Gregory? George's. That was the name we were talking. George. You're going to have to hire George the plumber. Jorge. George or Jorge. Okay, I should remember this interchangeable. God damn it, I do not know these interchangeables well. This is episode 19 of mine, 60 Minutes with Karl G. I have to say that so I do not get sued by CBS Viacom, because that is the one problem I do not want to put on my hands. But I'm here with Mr. Mical Bollwinkel. Thank you so much on this beautiful evening of February 25th. Yes, late evening. I've recently got in the news the horrible about baseball. They've canceled spring training another more. This is another reason why I wish all these 30 owners had gotten COVID. They're horrible people. They're just ruining it. But thank you so much for being here. You're the bright side of the day, unlike these stupid owners.
Oh yeah. Well, if I had that much money, I would own a better thing than baseball.
True. Yeah, you wouldn't try to ruin the lives of baseball fans. You would put your money towards something better,
like lacrosse.
Yes, exactly.
I'd bring a lacrosse to Arizona.
Exactly. Bringing lacrosse.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So all the Gilbert people would be like, "Finally, thank you.
We could finally." Oh my God, I could imagine that.
I have a reason for my child to spend all that money on this stupid sport.
Now you're making me think when they do. I think they do have like a lacrosse league or something. Mm-hmm. Put it in just like those very affluent white areas.
Dude, that's where they already are at.
But like professional team, you know how they have their stadiums. Like we're not gonna put it in
the Paradise Valley Cacti.
Yeah, it's like we're not gonna put one in like downtown Chicago.
No, like the North Scottsdale Hedge Fund.
Yes, exactly. The North Scottsdale Hedge Fund.
And the mascot's just like a bush, kind of like the fucking Cardinal at Stanford. It's like, what is that? I'm a hedge fund, man.
It's just a big
it's made out of money. It's made out of money. It's a hedge fund, and all the leaves are just money. It's hundreds.
Now I'm gonna want to find
50s, no 20s.
Now I'm gonna want to find like every metro area. Where's the place, the affluent white, like for LA?
Arcadia.
I was gonna say Redondo Beach there, but yeah.
Well, like you got South Chandler now. You got Arcadia.
I was thinking Cave Creek too.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Fountain Hills is like old retired money. It just depends.
That's where former Sheriff Arpaio is. Maybe my bit about him one day, getting him to either get super high or we get him on some coke, can happen.
Well, I'm sure he already does coke, but you'll never catch him.
You think he's actually... Damn it. I would have loved...
Dude, a man with that much power and he does not do coke, what was the point?
True.
What was the point?
True. I just thought because he was...
You can see like, oh yeah, I'm going to put the Mexicans in pink underwear.
I thought he was...
yeah.
Well, I feel like maybe that came from more prescription pills. He was on those.
Dude, what's the diff?
True, he's still messed up in the head either way. So
I saw him one time.
I shouldn't differentiate if it just screws your head.
I remember
you saw him.
Well, I saw him one time at a Circle K in Fountain Hills, and I flipped him off. But then like another time when I was in high school, a friend of mine, we were riding our quads out through the desert, and we were like crossing him over like an irrigation ditch, and this old dude came up from his backyard, and he was like, "That's illegal!" And my friend was like, "Sheriff Joe's my grandpa." And he's like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, Sheriff Joe, that's my grandpa, motherfucker." And the guy's like, "Oh," and it's like, "Yeah." And we just like rode off, but stupid teenager shit.
Stupid. Hey, but it's better to make those mistakes then, not later.
No, that was a mistake. That's brilliant. Also, my other like the 6 stages to Kevin Bacon. My dad spent 6 months in Tent City. There you go.
Oh, nice of that. I just had probably my best friend since I moved down here when I met in university. He was in Tent City for 2 weeks.
Did you just say in university?
Well, yeah, in college, I should have said college.
This is America.
All right, fine. I'm sorry to do
this is America.
Like
this is America.
I'm sorry to do it like a British colony.
I was in university, and they sent me to the hospital.
But it's like if you say college, I think of more community college in that case. So now I'm confused.
What's wrong with community college, huh?
Well, it's a good stepping stone.
It is a good stepping stone, and it is a very frugal way to go. I'm surprised you didn't do that, motherfucker.
Hey, it's because Stanford was paying for my tuition, all right? I took full advantage of that.
How long did you go to Stanford?
No, I didn't go to Stanford. I was at Arizona State. It's because my mom works at Stanford. When you were in tenure there, whatever half of Stanford tuition is, which is pretty much the out-of-state ASU tuition covered completely, they will put towards your kid. But you have to be there 5 years straight first. And for your kid, it has to be 4 years straight, no stopping.
I would quit at like 4 years and like 1 day, just as a fuck you to my kid. Like, nope, I did it on my own. You can do it on your own. What's up, motherfucker? The whole time I'm just like leading him along. It's like, oh yeah, no, I got you.
But
Psych.
college was much cheaper in your days.
No, it wasn't.
It's like, but I'm trying to just go to a skate school. You were going to a private college.
Oh yeah, I did go to a private college. But
then
the Mormons subsidized my education, so it was cool.
That's true. I did hear that is kind of the upper side to going to one of those schools is they have more of those financial aid opportunities.
Well, only if you're Mormon.
Only if you're Mormon.
And it's like it's like you're either Mormon or non, right? And if you're Mormon, I paid pretty much what it cost me to go to MCC full time for my bachelor's. But if you're not, it's basically probably like what Stanford would cost.
So there's a non-Mormon tax is what you're saying.
Yeah, but the thing is, here's the catch. If you're not Mormon, you're either playing sports, or a grad student, and you have a grant anyway.
Okay. Okay, so you're not going to find... There's no, like, Hillel at BYU is what you're saying?
No, dude, it's 90% Mormon up there. I went up there last weekend, and I forgot... Because before I went up, I was still, like... in the veil. I was like, my eyes hadn't been opened to the bullshit yet. I was like my junior year, but so I went back, and my goal was like face some demons. And so what I did was I went into BYU campus allegedly high as a motherfucker.
Allegedly, okay.
Allegedly.
We do not know for sure.
I don't know for sure, but I felt wonderful. And I went to like the same chair and same seat and everything in the library, and I studied there. And this time I didn't have to listen to Dave Matthews, because I was already high, allegedly. And it was wonderful. Because beforehand, I would listen to Dave Matthews to make me focus, because it's so bad.
And now you felt that you were, I guess, in a better mindset in that same place?
Yeah, it's kind of like, like going back to face your monsters,
You're making me think about that. I have to go face my monsters.
Dude, well, start grad school, and it'll make you think.
Yeah, well, I'll have to do all the other ones beyond when I was put in a jail holding cell. I'll do all of them but that.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
We'll stay off of
don't
that
do
one as much.
That's a repeat I would not do.
Exactly. But we'll do the other ones nearby. Those ones can be done because they don't require going into a jail cell or any place that is
What if you just like volunteered for a Scared Straight program with all the little junior high kids? Some motherfucker's like, hold my pocket, and you're like, dude, I'll suck your dick. And he's like, oh, you should go to prison. You'd be loved here. Karl would be he would be like the pimping out himself for cigarettes. You know what? I hate to say that, but if I was desperate enough for cigarettes, I do it for cocaine probably. Yeah, well, I mean, someone to sneak cocaine. Don't tell me where it came from. That's probably don't tell me. Karl, god damn it, Karl. Actually, Karl's pretty clean. For the most part. I work in the anti-money laundering sector, so I'm stopping those criminals from... So if all your laundering needs, visit KarlGoldthorpe.com. Exactly. Well, if you pay me enough, I'll work for the organized crime groups, and then I'll start laundering for you. Allegedly. Allegedly. Always allegedly. You got it has to be whenever enough. You commit crime, always do it allegedly. All right. Yeah, exactly. It's like I was allegedly in a jail holding cell. And Karl can give legal advice just because of his last name. He's allowed to do that. It's like a grandfathered in like law degree. And actually, even more than that, he passed the bar first try. Pretty much. When he was in kindergarten, his mother was like, here's a bar exam for California. Also works for Arizona, Nevada. And he's like, motherfucker, I got this. I remember that was a suggestion on my parents and stuff, but then they realized over time I'm more the entertainer type. I think they also realized there was more of a wild edge. Like, let's say maybe if Steve-O was a little Jewish, that'd be closer to me. Now, I wasn't drinking like bong water stuff or doing lots of jumps, but I did a bunch of other dares. Karl, are you allowed to say that? That's some words to be saying. Yeah, well, I mean, he's British. Okay. Steve-O. Yeah, either way. Yeah, Steve-O. All right, man. All right, I'm going to get a Jeep. I'm going to give you a tattoo, and then we'll call you Steve-O. You know what I hate to say? I potentially would do that. Are you even old enough to like... You're not old enough to like know the glory days of Jackass, do you? I remember seeing it when I was a little on MTV. I have the 3 DVDs, because you're in your mid-20s, right? Yeah, well, when it was briefly there and stuff, because like I was still probably when the movies started coming out more, and then I was able to see some stuff on. Dude, I was there for OG. I would print out the Jackass like photo with like as big as I could and slide it into my folder for school. And like just like with the skull, and it was crossbones, but it was fucking crutches. But that came out when I was like 13. Yeah, because I think you're like 4 or 5 years older than me. Yeah, I'm 30. I'll be 33 this year.
Actually, no, you're a little more. I'll be 26 this year. Never
Yeah,
mind.
I'm older, man. I'm an 80s kid, man.
I thought it was closer to like 30.
I'm what they call that geriatric millennial. I remember having to like, ruin a family computer to watch porn, not just on my phone and private in my own bed, like you fucking spoiled kids.
I mean, if it gives it for me, I definitely remember where you couldn't or you couldn't use the computer if someone was on the phone.
Oh yeah.
Or when I'd mess with some friends, also for a while I did not have like cordless Wi-Fi, like wireless Wi-Fi.
Oh dude, I remember when that first came out and everyone was like, that sounds like magic.
Yeah, like anywhere in the house.
Yeah, like we're all gonna get AIDS from that. Because AIDS was still scary when I was a kid.
It was still a thing. Yeah, it's still around then.
Yeah, it wasn't like, oh yeah, Magic Johnson, he's cool. It's been like 30 years.
I was
like, Magic Johnson just got AIDS. Oh my god, I was able to watch those games.
Oh, when that happened.
Yeah.
Oh,
because I was like right around when the Suns went to the finals.
Oh, the first when they had Barkley, right? That time.
93, 94.
Okay.
See, I was old enough to remember that.
Yeah. See, I was -2 then.
I was positive.
I mean, I remember
5.
being young and I remember leaving, arriving to school when 9/11 happened and like people were like told to go back.
I remember when 9/11 happened, I was homeschooled and I just wanted to go back to watching cartoons. I was like, this doesn't affect me. I'm 12.
It's like you're literally at home. It doesn't change.
I was on my mom's bed while watching it. I literally remember being on my mom's bed going like, oh man, that's crazy. And then just like on the news, like the second one hit and I was like, oh shit.
But it was like kindergarten.
There's a new episode of SpongeBob on. It's the second season. I gotta see this shit.
Let's see what's going on.
Rugrats had just ended. They tried to come back with the whole grown-up Rugrats, and we weren't having that shit.
There's a lot of tension.
Rocket Power was the thing to watch.
Oh yes.
If you liked Wild Thornberrys, that was okay. I thought it was kind of weird. She talked to a monkey all the time. Like, get a new friend.
I liked Fairly Odd Parents.
Fairly Odd Parents was solid until they like changed it a little bit.
I watched Yu-Gi-Oh a lot too.
I wasn't allowed to watch Yu-Gi-Oh.
That was the devil. That
was Witchcraft of the Devil.
Exactly with that.
Dragon Ball Z, wasn't allowed to watch that either. I grew up Mormon, obviously, because for the viewers. So there's a lot of things I love the devil, like for Harry Potter, right? So Harry Potter, I loved Harry Potter, and my grandma would buy me the book every time it came out. My mom let my super Mormon aunt, who's now in a polygamous commune in Colorado.
Colorado City?
Yeah, no.
Oh, Colorado.
I don't even know where it's at. But
darn it's not Colorado City, Arizona. Darn it.
No. Actually, like in Colorado, state.
Okay.
They grow their own weed and make their own wine, and like my uncle's an apostle now, so that's cool. So if I need like a back door in.
Man, all these connections, you got some network.
I know. Post life, I'm set, baby.
Exactly.
I am set.
Hey,
anyway,
you have branched out.
She like read like the first chapter of the first book, threw them all away for witchcraft. And I was like, but my grandma wrote me a special note in there. She's like, your grandma sucks. I was like, your grandma wants the devil to get you. And I was like, but the devil doesn't seem that bad. He's cool.
I could have imagined. Were you not allowed to read The Crucible? Was that something allowed, that book?
Dude, no, I read that book.
Okay.
But so obviously I was like Puritans. They don't know the true religion like I do because I'm Mormon.
I guess I was lucky with mine that it was more Messianic Judaism, so I saw both, like sometimes like both the Christian side of the family, but also like the Jewish side. I'd only really see the Jewish side at family gatherings and stuff because my parents weren't really religious people and such.
Well, I mean,
but
that is the modern Jew.
Pretty much, yeah. The goal is because none of us had bar mitzvahs except 2 of my cousins, and the only reason they had it was because their grandmother in New Jersey financed it.
That's right.
Yeah, because my grandma out here, she was just like, I'm not going to pay for that stuff.
I wouldn't either if I was your grandma.
Exactly.
Pay for your own.
Yeah, exactly.
Your grandma was teaching you the way.
Oh, she definitely was.
She was giving you the epitome of being cheap.
Oh, she was, because she was born in 1920.
Oh, yeah.
Because she was young.
She was a kid in the Depression. That's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Is she still
did
alive?
Or it was actually just last November she passed away. She was like 101.
Oh, but dude, I would kill myself if I was that old.
Oh, yeah. When she was 90, I remember saying, why would anyone want to live to be 100?
Dude,
it's like, there's nothing to do.
Dude, 90, fuck that. If I get to 75, I'm going to go OD and heroin.
And I want to say 93 is when she got that no resuscitation paper put on
dude,
her door.
That was 20 years too late. That was 20 years too late. I would purposely go choke on something.
And she thought she would have died the year before I was born because both of her parents died then. Oh. So you were just ready to go out. See, she still wanted a natural death, but she's more like, once I'm dying,
dude,
let me die.
choking to death is natural. Choking to death is totally natural.
Depends on what you're choking on.
Dude, food. I'll just go.
Okay,
I'll take a big old bite of pastrami or something. Something real thick that'll get stuck.
A well cooked steak.
Whatever. And then inhale it, and I'll be like, and I'll like flash an NDR in front of someone. I'm like, fuck you. This is happening. Sir, you're 42. I don't care.
Don't you want to die with dignity?
Do you see what's happening?
This is dignified.
This is dignified. I am in a 5-star restaurant. I'm at Ruth's Chris.
I was gonna say you go into like one of those hot like 5-star Vegas restaurants, and that's where you.
Yeah.
I could imagine that more of someone who was very in love with food, how they wanted to die, not just because they wanted to die in a high class place.
That would be
like, one of those rotating restaurants.
Oh yeah, go to like the Sheraton, or like on the fucking you go all the way to Seattle to the Needle.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, the Space Needle.
Yeah, that thing. Or you go to Vegas where they made the ripoff one.
Oh yeah. Well, they also have a ripoff Eiffel Tower too.
Well, yeah. I mean, you gotta have that.
Exactly.
How else are you gonna have a casino in Paris without an Eiffel Tower?
Exactly. Or the freaking Egyptian pyramids.
Okay, that one is cool because you can see it from space.
That one.
You tell me a flashlight you can see from space. It's on an infomercial about 2 hours.
The
9/11
memorial when they have the lights flashing.
Oh, yeah. That was a good one. And it all comes back to 9/11, post 9/11.
You see, that's the thing. Most people say when they make internet conversations, it leads back to Hitler. But I'd like to think everything leads back to 9/11.
Well, you gotta give it time.
Okay, so
you gotta get time to breathe, and then it'll be natural, because when World War III starts, we'll have to go back to our last pandemic traumatic experience, and then from there we're like, post 9/11 things weren't so bad.
It's a way to look at it a little better. It's like, you know what, actually that was the good times.
No one will give a fuck about Vietnam anymore, I'll tell you that. I'm like, Vietnam, whatever.
It's like, what do we care about now? Those geriatrics, you see them walking around, they try to get their 10% off at Denny's each day. It's like, don't you see the hat? I'm a veteran.
Don't you see? I was in the 1st Battalion.
We invaded. It's like Charlie North. Just try going through their moments there.
I've never used chopsticks again.
Well, because that was the only time the U.S. did the draft, right?
Negative. They did the draft during World War II, the Korean War, and Vietnam.
Oh, those were also... Oh, I thought the draft was instated because of... Oh, there was
Franklin did World War II, Truman did Korean War, and
it was just more controversial with the Vietnam one. Is that what it was?
Correct, yeah, because Korean War, you still had that, because it was like not even 10 years later, and then you had a good like 15-year gap or so with Vietnam, and everyone's like, wait a second.
Yeah, because I thought...
They live in huts. Why do we care?
Yeah, why do we have to go over these mountain people?
Yeah. Why do we have to go to this wonderful place and destroy it and kill their people for an ideology they think is better than ours?
These people were probably over 90% of them don't have running water or electricity, and somehow they're going to lose. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I learned about that.
But they have heroin, so let's go, right?
Exactly. There's natural resources, including drugs.
And they're way too close to China.
Yeah, well, that was the influence, wasn't that the whole thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was thinking with that.
It was a trickle-down effect from Russia all the way down.
Exactly. Well, because what you were saying about the draft, because I thought before it was like most like pretty young men were willing, just like, yeah, let's go out there for it. But then Vietnam, they kind of went back. It's like, all right, we're instituting this.
Well, yeah. Well, that's how it was for World War I. It was like that previously, and then Pearl Harbor happened. Then the draft became a thing. Also, we put all those Japanese people in internment camps. That was cool, right?
Executive Japanese Order 9066.
Yeah, let's go. Hey, just because you look different than me, I'm gonna put you away somewhere. Exactly. Not like that guy over there's doing now. Not like him. We'll give you water, kinda.
But they just did the Japanese one, the Filipino ones, and the Chinese. It's like
you
might look like them, but you're just...
I realize why I like Filipina chicks though, because like out of all the Asian ones, those are the only ones I think are hot, and it's because they're like the Mexico.
They're like, I was gonna say the Spanish colony.
That's right.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why, because I like Latinas, and they're like the Latinas of the.
Also, they're
Asians.
really integrated with the U.S. and such. Like because I want to say they modeled actually their government after the U.S. when the U.S. left the Philippines.
Correct.
Yeah, because they have
Roosevelt.
they have their House of Representatives, their Senate, and like the president. They just have like different things, like the term limits. Obviously, I think it's like 6 years, but you can only do one. Unless you decide to be
Sure.
like Mr. Marcos and you're like, all right, martial law is happening. We're going to go a little further.
Well, dude, you got to do martial law at least once in your tenure. Like, if you don't, again, what was the point? It's like, what was the point of not being a dictator for like 6 months until I got killed?
Exactly.
I went out on fire, man.
But the real accomplishment is declaring martial law without being called a dictator. Shout out Vladimir Zelensky, president of Ukraine, doing that right now.
Well, yeah, someone's trying to beat him up, I think.
Exactly. Well, I mean, when you have all these rockets and planes from Russia coming in and tanks.
Well, I built them for a reason, guys. The U.S. has them. I want to use them too.
Why else did we buy these from
Do you know how
Lockheed
many
Martin?
nuclear weapons they have? So many.
A ton of stuff. I think I've seen a lot of the jokes people made about like, a normal summer and then like getting smacked by World War III.
Yeah. Who wants that anyway? I say I like the way I like the turn that the simulation is done right now. It's wonderful. I think it's very entertaining.
What are we going to go for the next one?
I mean, think about it. Someone like Joe Rogan has influence on the world. It's amazing.
Exactly. God damn it. The president of Brazil tweets support for him. When am I going to get my tweets of support from Jair Bolsonaro of Brazil? I deserve some too.
Well, we got to get this podcast pumping. That's why all the listeners need to hit subscribe and share it to your friends.
I don't even care.
That's my plug.
I don't even care if it's the military coup happening in Burkina Faso right now. Get me in contact with some world leaders.
That's right. God damn it. Right now. Algorithm, go.
Exactly. I don't even care if it's one of those tiny island nations like Palau and stuff. Who cares? Let's just get something.
Killing the Palau.
He's like, what
I mean, it's like, what's up, white boy?
What's up? What's up? I remember my Indian friend, his father saying that. I was like, hey, white boy, how are you doing? It's like, yes. Feeling greeted. Yeah, I only learned about Palau through the United Nations because I saw their representative come up and it's like, what is this nation? Why does he get 15 minutes to speak? Okay. Does this guy really deserve 15 minutes to speak?
When do you watch all this stuff?
Oh, they showed on YouTube.
How often are you on YouTube?
I mean, a fair amount. I'd probably say like 1 to 2 hours a day at least.
That's so much time.
1 to 2 hours, probably more at the end of the day and such.
That's still a lot of time on YouTube.
It is a lot, but
I don't
there's
think
a
I
lot of
spend
good
that
information on there.
I see.
But also my sports is there too, of the highlights.
I get you're very into your sports. That's true. I'm a very weird sports fan.
Exactly. I mean, I don't, because yours is it more like the college stuff, or you go more into pro stuff?
I like my alma mater's teams.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So the BYU.
So BYU, yes.
Well, that makes sense. I mean, it's like you
Cougs.
went there.
I know it's a wonderful hypocrisy to have. It's like I could do that, or I could beat women. Your choice. Your choice.
Exactly. See, you never.
That's right. Go Cougs. What's up? Go Cougs. Anyway, so it's that, and then like the home teams I support, but even though I'm a fan of like BYU, like I'm not like when I was in Utah, like my hoodie I have is like a BYU hoodie. And some guy on the train on the way to the airport was like, hey, what was the score last night? I was like, to what? And he's like, and he pointed at me, and I was like, oh, the BYU game? He's like, yeah. And I was like, I don't know. I was doing homework. And he's like, but you have the sweater on. I was like, yeah, that doesn't mean I fucking worship it.
Yeah, well, so you're not paying attention to every score from every night.
Nah.
Like, I swear, when I wear my Shark jerseys, if you ask me each night, it's like, hey, what was the score of that? I won't remember. I know last night's, it went into overtime. I want to say 4-3.
Hard in the paraphernalia, though. I mean, you showed up in the jersey and the hoodie the other night.
Hoodie. Oh, the beanie thing.
Yeah. Or the
well,
beanie,
if it wasn't so damn cold, I would have gone without.
That's true. It was chippy that night.
And it had to literally be the first evening after I cut my hair that happened. It just feels like, God damn it, why is it getting cold all of a sudden?
Man.
This is horrible.
You should have let that fucking mullet go.
I know, but once someone told me I should put it up as a man bun, I'm like, that's it. It needs to go.
No,
it needs out of here.
You tell that person, listen, this mullet will flow. This is all party.
And then Josh Harrison said it looked like a ducktail in back. It's like, damn it.
Well, you don't understand this, but in the 90s, a ducktail is quite the compliment.
Yeah, the 90s, but that's why I was born in 96 and stuff.
That's crazy.
I was out of that DuckTales stuff.
I remember in junior high, there was this like special needs kid who's so mean. Like my little like group of friends, they always picked on him, and like I would go along with it because I was a
we were
13-year-old
kids.
And so they like cut off his rat tail or his ducktail one day. It was so mean.
To be honest,
hey,
that probably made him look better.
Well, it did. We did help him out. I mean, in the long run,
you're
welcome.
We get
but
it's not
also
good
in the long
to...
run, I'm sorry if you're out there and I deserve the karma.
If it makes it anything better, I made fun of a friend once when I met him freshman year and he had a rat tail and then on. It's like, you used to have a rat tail.
Yeah, dude, you can't get past that. It's like on Superbad. It's like
Would you could reckon this? While it may have made the hair look better, in the end, it is originally wrong to cut the hair against someone against their will. So we recognize that point.
Yeah, we assaulted him.
Yes. If it went to a court
I
of law.
assaulted a special needs child when I was 13.
If it went to a court of law.
I think it's past the statute of limitations, and no one knows his name, so.
Exactly. Well, who knows?
He's
Maybe
fictitious. Allegedly. Remember? Allegedly.
Exactly. Well, how do we know this alleged person didn't die in some fiery vehicle accident? Or, I mean, maybe they just got eaten by a bear or something.
I like eaten by a bear.
Eaten by a bear. Or, I mean, you don't know what could happen.
Bears don't kill you when they eat you either. They just start eating you. And then you happen to
straight
die in the
at it.
process. You're like, what the fuck? Kill me first.
Yeah, because they're kind of just like tearing you apart and such.
Well, yeah, they just knock you down and pin you down and start going to town. They're not like feline predators that like kill it.
Oh, they go like for the neck.
Yeah, they go for the neck and kill it. Then they eat it. Bears will just like, well, I'm bigger than you, so this is gonna suck, bro.
It's like you don't need to kill him first in that case.
Don't worry,
It's
you'll
like, just
die
go after him.
eventually.
Oh gosh, yeah, I said. I would hate, like, obviously for people that are hunting, it would suck if somehow you just run into a mother bear and their cubs.
Oh.
Because even if they're not hungry and stuff, just because you get in that area.
Yeah, you gotta kick her right in the gooch.
Well, I mean, I don't know how much kicking will work on a bear and stuff.
If you kick a bear in the gooch, dude, they go down.
Yeah, how are we going to reach that before they get their claw at you?
That's why you gotta duck, dive, pop. Watch dodgeball. Duck, dive, dodge.
You gotta you gotta just like go in for a kick, right? You gotta
do like the super move, like it's Mortal Kombat. It's like down AB.
Or you gotta get on like some other side of a tree. You gotta get them some around there and then try to suck.
Yeah, like ninja it. You gotta ninja the gooch. Ninja the gooch bear.
I can't wait to see this survival training tactic.
Dude, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna get this to work somehow.
Listen, well,
I just like asterisk is like only works on pandas. Like they never see it coming.
yeah, because they're just like sitting there, like all.
Yeah, and you just like throw a bamboo and they go, huh? And they go, pop right in the gooch. Were they attacking me? No, it's a panda bear. Come on.
Yeah, exactly. They're just gonna. It's like
They
they
don't
don't
even know
got
how
the
to-
energy on bamboo. They got no protein.
Don't even know how to have sex.
Exactly.
We had to teach them.
Oh yeah, they kind of have to like
Yeah,
prod them.
they gotta. Yeah,
Humans got to prod them.
what a job.
I
have a degree in.
So it's like the opposite of a bonobo ape, where they pretty much fuck for any type of social interaction.
Unless it's the sister.
I thought it's the mother doesn't have it with like the children, their own children,
something like that.
their own children. But as long as it's not their own children,
Dude, yeah. You gotta keep that genetic spicy.
I think I tried to see like some zoos that do have it. I think Cincinnati and San Diego are two with bonobos.
Well, it looks like I'm gonna go to Cincinnati. Hell yeah, get me some of that weird chili.
They must have a bunch of interesting apes there. It's like the Harambe exhibit, these fucking monkeys.
Oh yeah, that's where that was, huh?
Exactly.
Dude,
The Cincinnati Zoo.
if I was the dad of that kid, I'd be like, I'd be like, well, it's.
Shoot the
That
kid.
was a gorilla.
Shoot the kid.
What was I gonna do? It was a gorilla, man. All the while, like, dad just wants to get out of child support. What an asshole.
It's like they find the security footage and he's like trying to drop the kid.
Yeah, he's like throwing bananas towards the child.
Like once he goes down, it's like, go for it, go for it.
What are you doing? I'm chugging chocolate cookies. Gorillas love chocolate chip cookies. His like pockets are loaded with Girl Scout cookies. It's like, fuck yeah.
Well, fuck. I wonder what that person's name is. See, they gotta have for the rest of their life, knowing they're the reason this gorilla.
They're gonna
died.
go to high school and be like, "You're that kid, huh? Like, you're the Harambe kid. Hey, Harambe." He's like, "Aww."
So, like, they search their name on Google, they find they were the kid that was involved.
They're just
Oh my
like-
god, I can only imagine that.
Just forever, they hate gorillas. That's like every time they think of King Kong, they just like start shaking.
See, that would be the worst reputation to get as a kid. You're known as the gorilla
What
killer.
if that kid becomes like a poacher in Africa?
Well, then at least he was following what he was meant to do, getting
That's
these
right.
gorillas killed.
I killed my first gorilla when I was 4.
Or he takes a 180 turn and he becomes like a Jane Goodall and he just wants to study
And
the
he
gorillas.
lives with the gorillas and earns their trust.
Exactly.
And then traps them all and makes an exhibit called Jurassic Park. with
but
gorillas.
gorillas. So
Gorilla Park.
So I was gonna say the gorilla gym,
Yeah.
the gorilla jungle.
We'll call it the 800-pound gorilla in the room. That'll be an exhibit.
Just gorillas.
No, that's one exhibit. There'll be a room. You go in there, and there's an 800-pound gorilla.
Oh.
Damn. You live, you die. You live, you die. Your choice. You either befriend the gorilla, or the gorilla. He's
this is a little more intense than those ones where it's like pay to see the $500 person. It's like, no, look at
No, dude. We're gonna get people to treat animals respect by fighting them face to face, hand to hand combat with a gorilla. No weapons. This isn't Tarzan.
Now you're making me think it's like some Fight Club, but you do it with different animals.
Hey, first rule about that: tell fucking everybody. Who wouldn't want to see a human fight a gorilla?
That is honestly, we're gonna put it live streaming.
Dude, that would be like when Jackass had Butterbean fight Johnny Knoxville
in the department store.
Yeah, that would exactly that'd be the gorilla would be like, all right, you get one, and it'd be like or going back to a more modern take with Thanos. He's like, oh, that for a drop of blood, and you're like, oh shit. And you're like, oh, no, get out of here. Start snapping your fingers. Come on, Tony Stark, save me.
I do remember that boxing one with Butterbean and stuff. And I remember like wondering how they do all this stuff in public and get away with it. And at least what I learned from my cousin is like they have pretty good lawyers to defend what they're doing. Also, they have to run by like someone that weighs up the risk or something.
Yeah.
And they literally have to do it's like, oh,
they got insurance people and all sorts of stuff.
We're going to have Francis Ngannou punch David England in the balls. What is the risk?
Dude, I still haven't seen the movie yet, but I want to go see it. The newest one.
I definitely want to as well. I heard it's like obviously because at least the original cast they're gonna be done with it. Or I know Johnny Knoxville. He said this would be his
they're
last
in their
one,
50s now, dude.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
It is. Well, I mean, a lot of them have kids and stuff as well.
Yeah, you can't just which is amazing by how many times they got everything in the balls.
And that time. And well, I mean, I think Steve-O got hit in the balls more. I don't know. Maybe John.
Because then Steve-O and what was his name? The other dude did Wild Boys.
Was it Dave or was it a Chris Pontius?
Yeah, okay. Chris Pontius. And they did the Wild Boys thing. They'd have like animals bite them in the nutsack.
Oh my god.
There's yeah.
I heard Pontius wasn't in this film, I guess, because he wasn't able to keep sober for some time.
No.
I thought that's what it was. It's like
one of those guys can't stay sober. Wow.
Yeah, well, it's like even for a movie. It's
I wonder how they did that. Not so because Steve-O is sober now. Like I wonder how those guys. A lot of them had to do that. There's like I die.
This is probably the money now. At the beginning, it was just for the shit.
Yeah, I guess
now they realize they probably make a lot
the
of
money fuels the pain.
Yeah, because now they've established themselves. So
makes sense.
I mean,
I would do it all for the money.
Honestly, that kind of stuff, hell yeah. Or when he does that bad grandpa, Johnny Knoxville, that's pretty fun.
That is a good one.
He does the old person outfit. I remember, I forgot if it was in a movie or just a regular clip, him being with like a son outside of it was like an outdoor, I guess, like smoothie bar.
It was him and it was Andy Milonakis.
Oh, that's who it was specifically?
Yeah, back in because Andy Milonakis was like an adult.
Well, he still looks like he could be.
But he was still a kid, yeah. He would be like the kid, yeah. And so he would play the kid.
Even though he's like, what, mid-40s now or something?
Or probably close to their age, yeah. He's got like that whole what's-his-face disease.
Yeah, it was not dwarfism, but just something where he doesn't look like he ages.
Yeah, but not in a creepy way, but still a kind of creepy way.
But that's why if you ever need a movie where you need to make someone who looks like a child.
I got peas on my head. Don't call me a pea head. Oh, man. I wasn't allowed to watch that show either, but I still did because I'm a bad boy.
Exactly. You found a way around it.
I did. I was like, Mom's not home. Let's go. There's a rerun on.
He's like, oh,
why is my MTT? You go in there. Oh, shit. He tries to change the channel. She's like, hit the back button. It's fuck. It's always the back button.
It's like you press one channel more. It's like you'll never know which channel it was.
Dude, yeah. You'd always have to go like back, change the channel, back, change it. And then like she went back. It was the other channel. That wasn't the one you wanted it to be.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you're never gonna know what the channel was,
and you kids never will know.
You can't go back. You can only go back once. The only time I really used the back one was for before obviously NFL Red Zone. So going back between CBS, Fox.
That checks out, man.
Yes,
I mean
it does.
With our conversation, it's been sports and like politics. So that checks out.
Exactly. It's like, hey, you got to get somewhere through it, or mischievous acts as kids.
Yes.
Yeah, but What was it? I think it was something with Andy Milonakis or something related to that. Or with like Jackass and such. Yeah, how they actually have like a legal department, like that team decide. I don't know if it's like an actuarial or how, whatever, someone that decides this is the risk if we do this.
Can we afford this lawsuit?
Can we afford having this frog chomp on your nuts, Steve-O?
Well, yeah. Duh. For those ratings, always. You're not going to like it, Steve-O. The risk is on you, actually.
Yeah, because it's happening to him. It's like no one knows behind the scenes.
If you ran your own risk, Steve-O, you shouldn't do any of this.
It's like, oh, God. I was thinking at one point with him, it's like, with all the drugs and stuff he did, like all the stunts he did, I'm surprised he didn't die at a point.
I'm sure he did die at least once.
Maybe in like a alternate life, he would die like half the time.
No, I mean like he died and someone's like and he came back.
Oh, the one of the that like adrenaline or whatever they're called.
The EpiPen shots.
EpiPen, like the Narcan. Whatever.
Yeah.
One of those.
Pulp Fiction thing.
Yes.
Yeah. The
I remember seeing that movie, but some scenes it's hard for me to remember. Like I remember the diner scene very well because that was hilarious.
I remember it. I don't know. I still need to watch that movie.
Because
I did fast forward through the GIMP scene because I was like, you know what? I don't need to see this because I know it happens. And I'm cool with that. And that's not something in my memory bank I need.
Exactly. It's like I'm not trying to implant.
But I watched Django Unchained like 30 times. That movie's amazing.
Because you want to see the whole part where Leonardo DiCaprio's acting like a Southern slave master.
Oh yeah, he did wonderful in that. I'm sure his ancestors would be proud.
If they were song,
boy, you're talking to them like that.
It's like if somehow back then they were able to see what their ancestor would be. That they just see what he's looking like outside. Oh, good, he's continuing the family business.
He's beautiful. Look at him with that skull up on his head. Tell him that put that little dimple there. I told him about that dimple, I did.
That is definitely sounding like a Cajun person right there.
Yeah. It's not hard to. You just don't talk.
I'm trying to think right now. Is like something going on in New Orleans, like some event. It's not Mardi Gras right now, is it?
March. It would be Mardi Gras.
Oh, March
3rd.
Maybe they're getting their early celebrations in now. Yeah. Honestly, that's probably one of the...
Because Mardi is March in French.
That makes sense. The
Gras, I think, is celebration or something.
Gracious.
I speak Spanish, not French, but it's close.
True, it is close to that. I was like Portuguese is really close to it.
I can understand French better than I can understand Portuguese.
Really?
Portuguese sounds like it sounds weird to me.
I don't know. It
sounds like they're speaking Spanish marbles in their mouth.
Favalino.
No offense, I just can't understand it, and that's okay. I'm trying.
You're definitely not gonna pick up a cochina out there.
No.
Yeah.
Whatever that is.
Or
shell?
I forgot what it was. It was like I'm trying to remember. Was
that a derogatory word for a woman?
No, or I was thinking like Brazil. There's like a slang term for like a hookup. I was trying to think of it in my head.
Well, that makes sense because it's like probably the word for shell, which is our clam, which is another pseudonym for pussy.
Exactly that. Taco. The monkey. At least how I learned the monkey one.
Monkey?
Well, that's what Joey Diaz says.
Oh.
Anytime when he's like, it's like show me the monkey. It's like, so,
no.
That's what he calls it.
I've heard
or you say like, or did you wash your monkey today?
Well, that's supposed to be a penis because it's called spanking the monkey. You don't like a girl says I was spanking my monkey today. It's like no, I was flicking my bean. Like that's what chicks say, man. Joey Diaz, get it right. It's a beaver. It's a beaver.
Beaverton. Buc-ee's.
Buc-ee's.
Exactly.
I heart beaver, and do I ever?
I heart the Buc-ee's beaver.
That shitty gas station.
Exactly. Well, who said anything about the gas being the main attraction? It's the big beaver out in front. Okay, why else would you go there except for the big beaver?
I thought Karl would go there for the gas station hookups with the trucker man.
No, I'd probably try more of those Wawas or Loves for that.
Oh yeah, those
exactly.
are classic.
Loves you get someone you get someone who goes around the area, so they're probably
bet you
traveling.
Like Loves is for like the sensitive guys because it's in the name. It's Loves. It's like like I would like lube.
It's like I would like to.
No. I blow you first.
So it's just very courteous.
Yeah,
men.
it's like, no. We'll jerk each other off. No. We'll finish at the same time.
I want to make sure you come before me, lady.
Lady?
I'm a gentleman right here, man.
Truckers hook up with each other, man. That's the only reason to be a trucker.
Exactly. Well, I mean, you could swing for both teams. Who said you couldn't?
That's true. You can always get like the lot lizard or what do they call them?
Exactly.
The workers of the night.
Oh, the streetwalkers. Yes, them as well. Oh, good. Now
Hookers.
that's remembering the first time I remember knowingly seeing a hooker and stuff, and it was in Salinas, California, when my dad went off to get gas someplace, and he took some term where there was like motels, and yeah, you could see them on the side, just like stopping by car windows and stuff.
See them?
Or like them like stopping at other cars. My dad was just like driving through.
And I was like, oh wow.
No. My dad did not stop.
A male prostitute, the
that
first
been,
one.
That's no, unfortunately, my dad, I think he's a little too timid to approach a prostitute.
I am too.
Exactly.
I don't blame him. The first prostitute I saw was the one that hung around my high school.
Oh.
Her name was Cherry.
Oh.
Well, that's
nice.
what the name he had chosen for himself to be was Cherry.
Cherry.
Yeah, it was Cherry the female prostitute.
Cherry the transvestite.
We don't say that anymore.
Hermaphrodite.
That's a totally different thing. Get your...
Why do I need my term straight?
Check yourself, man.
What, trannies?
Well, yeah, that too.
Yes.
Or is this still a thing anymore? Or has that passed on as like a thing?
Yeah, we just say trans person now. But
yeah.
Maybe it's just like a quick way of saying it. I don't know, like the older way of saying
like
it.
RuPaul.
Yeah.
Like, that's a tranny.
Exactly.
Or a drag queen.
Yeah.
Because they're a queen, right? What's up?
Yeah, Rue likes to be called the queen of drag for some reason.
I would too if I was them.
Yeah, if I had that much of if I was that flamboyant, I probably would want myself to be referred to as royalty. I would only ever watch that with a girl if I knew I was getting my dick sucked afterwards. I would not. I'd even go through The Bachelorette before watching.
What would you not watch, Karl? What was something you'd be like, hey, I'm gonna suck your dick, but I'm gonna turn this on? What was something that you'd be like, I'm out?
If you did like C-SPAN, it's like, why the fuck are we watching C-SPAN?
Okay, so that's it. C-SPAN's your marker.
Well, I mean, it's like I need some entertainment at least, either that or something to set the mood. If it's not going to set the mood, at least be entertaining.
C-SPAN can totally set it's calm. It's just white noise in the background. You can focus in.
Because they'll show someone.
Or do you want something like? Are you trying to get?
They'll show a Senate hearing and it'll be like, all right, it's like are we going to recognize the Armenian genocide? And why do I need the talk of the Armenian genocide being recognized while I'm having sex? All right, that is not what I'm needed. I mean, I've had other films on during sex, like I've had the Texas Chainsaw Massacre in the back. I also had, what was that one with Jason Sudeikis and Jennifer Aniston where they had two kids and had a child? That was another one that was on.
That the Moore family?
Or
Meet the Moors?
Something like that. Like whatever that one was, that was another one. Those are the two I remember being in the background. Those, at least the times I've had sex, those are the only two I can remember being out of the background.
I've fucked to both the Lord of the Rings and original Batman trilogy.
Wait, both Lord of the Rings? There were 3 original films.
Well, okay.
2 Towers and Return of the Kings.
Yeah, so the trilogy.
Oh, the trilogy. Oh, yeah, okay, the whole trilogy.
But yeah, the Christopher Nolan trilogy for Batman, and then obviously the early 2000s Lord of the Rings.
Hell yeah!
That was those are long movies. I slept for most of it, but I was dude. Like one time we did that and we like fell asleep, and it was the 2 Towers when Smeagol at the end's like talking to himself.
Oh again. Yeah, because he's like in the lava and he has the ring on.
No, that's the third one.
Oh, that was the third one. Oh,
this is 2 Towers, and the end where he's walking through the forest, and like he's like, oh, we're gonna take him up to the
to the Eye of Sauron. Was it the Eye of Sauron or was it?
Yeah, well, he's gonna do that, but he's like, no, we're gonna take him that way, but we're gonna take him up to the stairs come on, what kind of nerd are you? What kind of nerd? You don't understand what I'm talking about here, dude. Steve, what's his face would be? What's his name?
Not
Colbert. Stephen Colbert would be so ashamed. Anyway, and so like that part came on, and like I guess my ex-wife then this is when we were dating. Like that part came on. She kind of woke up and she like screamed because she thought someone was in the room. And I woke up, I was like, "Fuck! What the fuck?" Like, oh man, I almost killed her. I would have saved myself a lot of trouble.
Exactly. That would have saved having to
I would have been so sad because it would have been an accident. But knowing what I know now, hindsight 2020.
Exactly. You don't want to have to get involved in some court case because of that and have to relive that just entirely in court.
Your Honor, I thought Smeagol, also known as Gollum, was in the room. Okay, she's 5'2". That's like the same size as a hobbit.
Oh, I'm not talking about you on the stand. I'm talking about what the prosecutor's going to bring up and how they're going to describe what you did.
That's
it's like Mical was planning that entire evening, premeditated to
3 months into dating.
He was waiting for the scene in which to do it.
Since he was 12, he was always wanted to lure someone into a thing like that, and it'd be crazy. But
you find out they like pay some of your friends as like they use them as character witnesses against you.
Oh, Mical, yeah, he would tell us about that all the time. He's like, I'm waiting for this movie to come out. It's gonna happen.
We saw that scene with him in a movie, and once he saw it, it's like, I want to kill a bitch during that scene.
Yeah, Christopher Nolan wasn't scary enough. That's why I had to revert to Lord of the Rings, but
exactly. It's like you would hope it wasn't going to extend further into something like Toy Story or that. You could only imagine.
Dude, any Pixar movie is solid fucking material. Because it's a happy, nice, whatever background. You know, you're not gonna get part of it if you have to take a pause break. It's a beautiful entertainment. It's wholesome. You know, a couple laughs in there, then you can just start clapping cheeks.
The writers also are, and I think they do this with a lot of kids' films. They're able to integrate some stuff which maybe only like someone who's older would get.
Yeah,
like there was like the Zootopia one.
That one's got a lot of innuendo in it.
Yeah, there was.
That one's funny. I like that. I think the Wreck-It Ralph movies. Those ones.
Oh yeah,
so
well
funny.
Those had a lot of other stuff in the past to reference, so that was kind of easy for them.
That was, it was stupid. But there's a part where he's like, "You want to hit someone with glasses with you," and he takes them off and he hits them with the glasses. That kicks me every time. I'm like, that's so creative. Good job, Disney Studios.
Yeah, or it's like some scenes they try to like reference this maybe a famous scene in a previous film. Like I can't remember what was the one from Zootopia, but I guess it was like some mobster or something like that.
Yeah. Oh, they did. Well, they did.
Oh, the little what was not the armadillo? The
possum.
Yeah, because he was
the Godfather.
Yeah, the Godfather.
Like, you come here on the day of my wedding.
Because like a younger kid who's like singing it out, they probably wouldn't understand. That's literally a reference.
Yeah,
to them.
like almost verbatim was like the same thing. Dude, I had a crazy thought about that movie. All right, so the whole premise of the movie is like you can be anything you want. Zootopia is just the metaverse. Dude, think about it. Everyone's like, I can be anything I want to be inside the metaverse. They're already animals, dude. It's all virtual reality. Why else would a bunny be a cop?
The only difference is you got to pay for that in the metaverse.
Yeah, but I don't care. I'm just saying, all these people.
There's no limitations.
This was foreshadowing to the metaverse.
There's no limitations, is what you're putting out there.
You can be anything you want to be. That's the whole premise of the movie. That's what the metaverse is for. Thank you, Mark Zuckerberg.
Exactly, teaching us all, bringing us to the metaverse. I heard apparently Snoop Dogg, I guess, something like a property on the metaverse, and people are buying like properties around them for like in at least U.S. dollars. Like they want to say close to six figures. I don't know if any have actually done six figures. I mean, it's crazy.
What a cool way to make money.
It is.
I'm going to make something make believe, and then people are going to buy it.
Oh, yes, God. Like the whole NFT thing and such.
Yeah.
I mean, I learned that it's just like owning unique art. Anyone can replicate it. Others can see it. But obviously, if you want to see the only Mona Lisa, you got to go to the Louvre.
Yeah, and it's tiny.
Yeah. It's like from far distance
it's
away.
It's like 8 by half an 11 page. You know, what you write a paper on.
Yeah.
Which is like lame. It's like, really? You couldn't do it bigger? But you know, it's like, dude, it took me years just to paint that. It's like, yeah, you could have done it bigger.
Yeah, it's like,
come on,
like,
Leo.
With all that time.
Listen, Leonardo DiCaprio, he's gonna have like almost the same name as you in a long time, and he's gonna do way better things than you.
Exactly.
Fuck off, Leonardo da Vinci.
You were able to do the Sistine Chapel in just a little more, and look how big that is.
Corkscrew helicopter. Get the fuck out of here.
When was the first time, or like you remember hearing about NFTs and stuff? Because the first time I heard of it was with the, like I guess at the NBA highlights, you could technically buy those.
I still don't even really know what they are.
Oh, it's just owning like a piece, like
I know it's
ownership of digital media. Even though others can copy it on this blockchain, it'll confirm you own it.
Oh,
yeah. I mean, it's that's why I said it's literally just like unique art. Oh. It's just a way to confirm you own the original one.
That's the exact reaction I have to unique art.
Yeah.
Oh.
Exactly. Or like if you want Vincent Van Gogh's Starry Night, obviously you could paint whatever or a Bob Ross painting, because I guess technically his originals he does not sell.
I tried to copy him along once, and it was fucking impossible. He's like, I don't know. He's like, and here's a little friend. It's a little fucking mountain.
We're gonna build
and
a
then I have
tree.
like the sloth version of whatever he just made. Just like I'm a monster. Like
We're gonna put a little tree here. I like trees. They make the day so much.
If Bob
happier.
Ross saw what I had painted, he would tell me that I'm a bastard child.
He would revert back to his army days and start getting mad.
Yeah, exactly. When he was in Alaska.
Say, oh, that's where he got based. Apparently, with his paintings, like I guess the company that runs it since he's died, they do not sell his paintings because he like didn't want any to be sold.
He just made them. He would either donate them or just put them in a pile.
Yeah, or it's like they're just in a warehouse. That's all it is right now. Yeah, because obviously, if you want one, you have to get someone who's replicated it. You can't get.
So that's why I'm just gonna keep doing it and doing it and doing it until I finally have one, and then I'll burn it. Why? Because I don't care.
You want to have that power trip.
Yeah, I don't care that I just did that.
I took all this time to do this work. I accomplished
that would be like
now I got
that would be like climbing Mount Everest and then just shooting yourself in the head. Like I don't care.
There's no better day I'm gonna ever reach in my life. It's all downhill, literally and figuratively.
Yeah, because that would be a big fuck you to all the people that died climbing on the way up.
Yeah, or like before the pandemic, when there was that whole thing of people, like the line of people going up Everest, and how it was becoming so long.
Well, you're above 6 feet, so I think COVID.
Yeah, well, it was like something at the peak. You see, like all the now there's probably less. There's like no crowd there now. All right, if you want to go to Nepal or Bangladesh,
now is the time to go. Everyone who's ever thought about Everest, now's the time to go, people. I'll go with you. You supply it, I will go.
Who cares about the regulated market they try to make? Find your own Sherpa.
I'm trying to get out of doing my masters. So you fund this, I will go with you.
Exactly. We can make it as an NFT later on. Hopefully,
yes.
If something interesting.
My
happens.
dead corpse will be a.
In that, or like the Sherpas. Like from what I've learned, like the people who pay like those tourist packages, the Sherpas do all the work.
Yeah, you just walk.
Yeah. It's like they'll carry like all your bags and stuff.
Yeah,
they
you
know
just
the way.
walk.
Yeah, it's like just.
It's the American way.
It's like just
the only thing that'd be more American is if there's an escalator. She's like, "What? This is." And we would still complain, like, man, this escalator's taking forever.
You could have a self-service fast food.
A Subway, like, halfway up.
So, like, I was thinking, like, the Sonics thing where you, like, stay in your car. That's honestly the quintessential
like on the
American.
way up, they just hand it to you. You're like, because you lose momentum, you know?
Exactly. It's like, I only have enough air.
Yeah. Like you have to like text your way in because you don't have enough air to order.
You got to get that confirmation code.
You like send a blue flare for number 1. Then like you send like 2 quick if you don't want pickles.
And then the golden one. That's when your order's ready.
Yes,
they send that out too. Just like that whole ordering just like straight up to the window.
That would suck. So like if there's any time to really make sure they got your order right, it would be then. Because imagine being like 4 steps away and they forgot like your chicken nuggets. You can't turn it back around.
Why did they give me this fish fillet? God damn it! I wanted a quarter pounder.
Mayonnaise at this altitude? Are you kidding me?
That's how you know those workers at that McDonald's are under the influence of some substances.
Well, yeah, altitude sickness.
Exactly. Well, that's a combination. Although, isn't it with altitude? Because like you use cocaine because of Bolivia, they use the coca leaves.
Oh, I don't know.
Because I thought that's something Bolivia. It is legal to have like the coca leaves.
I think
because
so,
of their such high altitude. It's
Yeah.
like a way of relieving altitude sickness.
That makes sense.
Which that makes sense why the mountain areas
Vamos
have
a
lots
Bolivia!
of, that makes sense why cocaine is really prevalent in those places, those mountain town areas. Mm-hmm. It's like, dude, you're in these places, thin air. Of course you're gonna want to use this.
Yeah,
I can't blame
too.
them.
I do. Well, not and then just the fact that I'm in Bolivia.
Exactly. Well, that would be amazing in itself. But
it's like, why do Americans like it so much? Like we don't have a reason to do drugs here.
Exactly. There's nothing here. It's like you
second world and below can use drugs. First world and above, I'm sorry.
Exactly. Plus, all those people when they come over here, what did they get into? Our type of drugs, aka fast food and stuff. You see it with all those Dominican and Cuban baseball players. They come here, they get fat because they finally are able to get food prevalently at any time of the day.
I have no comment on that.
That happened with Levon Hernandez.
I
remember that was a thing with him. He like came to the
Dude,
U.S.
but then you turn into that one guy where a pitch comes right at you, hits you in the stomach, and you still get the guy out. You don't even notice it. Just batter up.
It's like, oh, it's there.
3 up, 3 down, bam, pa pa pa.
Because I know that was the thing with like a lot of players. They like plump up because now they're in a place where.
Well, they plump up because of steroids.
Well, yeah, that's a part thing too. I was thinking more of the plump in the belly.
You get the water weight with the steroids.
I was thinking more like the lower body plump, not the bigger upper body plump. Like
that's also.
We're not trying to look like.
That's post steroids.
Now you say post steroids. That's reminding me of the pictures of like Barry Bonds, like the last year of his career or during that steroid peak, and then him as a coach with the Marlins, and he's so much smaller as a coach.
Dude, yeah, they shrink.
Yeah, it's like, oh my goodness. Because I guess something I learned from steroids, like a misconception, it doesn't automatically give you big muscles. Like you still have to work out. Yeah. But it makes like, I guess it's how your muscles grow. It increases that hormone.
It helps you be able to recover faster. So then you tear and rebuild muscle faster.
Exactly. Yeah, recovery too. Because, I mean, obviously like people that are normal who gets prescribed it's because they're sick and such.
Yeah, usually.
Yeah, but I remember there was a controversy in mixed martial arts for a while, like TRT, testosterone regenerative treatment. Like you get an exemption to get extra testosterone because apparently you had problems, but they did that because so many people just found loopholes around.
Oh, yeah, hell yeah. I want more testosterone if I'm going to punch somebody in the face.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Recovery, too.
I think everyone should need that, dude. Like, okay, here. You're going to want that. Like, what was that? That was testosterone, bro. Have fun. Like,
exactly.
You're not going to feel shit.
I mean, because probably most of them, before they get to, like, the regulated levels, they probably used it up until then. And even that, like, going into it, they, like, if they still use it, they just get stuff to cover it better.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, it's all about not getting caught.
Mm-hmm. That's the
it's
whole. It's
not illegal until you get caught.
Yes,
you know
exactly. You're not doing it wrong. What you're doing is not wrong.
You are not trying unless you are cheating.
Exactly. I'm sure that's what
I care about this so much. I'm gonna cheat to win.
Hey, that's what the Russians get told at the Olympics.
That's right.
It's like you must cheat.
Also, don't fuck anyone else. We don't want to spread our genes. We want to keep these pure.
Exactly. Spread only Slavic people.
That's right.
Exactly. You can only have sex with someone from another nation if they're
like
part
if they're
Russian.
like 6'2" and higher and on like Olympic team. Okay, cool. We'll make that baby.
Exactly.
But it's like a figure skater. No. We're talking like hockey team, like
the hockey team types.
Hockey, luge, because those motherfuckers are crazy.
Exactly. Is it the bobsled? Or now they have one that's just like one person, and I forgot what it was, like the mono sled or something.
Probably.
It was like a new event they started.
Dude, when are they gonna make Cool Runnings like 2?
They're gonna have to do it now. Apparently, there actually is another. Or this Olympics, it was like the second time Jamaica's had a bobsledding team.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking too bad John Candy's dead. God damn it.
Now that you said Cool Runnings, that reminded me of the film. That was pretty hilarious and stuff, especially at the beginning where they show the meeting. They try to get everyone, and then once they turn the lights on, it's like one person's left.
He's the rich kid who's like, oh yeah, I tripped in the trials for the Olympics, and so I can't. My daddy's mad at me. So, dude, that movie is so awesome.
He tricked me into this sport. Damn it.
Hey Sanka, where's your egg? It's dead, man. Hey Sanka, you dead? Yeah, man. Dude, I remember watching that movie as a kid and going like, "That's the most you cannot. Comedy will never be better than this.
Nothing. This is the peak.
This is the peak of comedy. Disney nailed it with these.
And
with
then
John
I saw
Candy.
Chris Tucker in Friday, and that's when my mind changed.
Oh yeah.
I remember seeing that with a friend, and I gotta say, out of all the popular black films, we found that the most hilarious is Friday. Because like the point with Smokey, he was like over Ice Cube's character because he got punched by that one guy with like the eyes. Like, you got knocked the fuck out.
That's another movie I haven't seen.
Friday.
Yeah, or any of the Fridays, or the Friday after next, or the next Friday.
Some people, they told me that they thought the other ones were better. I was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, I never saw those.
Yeah, it was just, obviously it's like, it's like a Friday and you don't got shit to do. That's pretty much what it is. And then him and Smokey, Chris Tucker.
I know the movies. I just I never saw them because when I was a kid, because I wasn't allowed to. And then,
that was counterculture right there.
Oh yeah, my dad watched a black movie in the house. My dad would have a heart attack.
Exactly.
He barely let them the house to fix things.
Or Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was where the line was thrown.
Dude, even then, you
had to review an episode.
I still wasn't allowed to watch that because a black judge. My God. No, that's terrible. I'm sorry.
Or I was gonna say with Bill Cosby on his, he was an OBGYN.
Well, that one was okay because that was just him trying to portray a white family.
Exactly.
So
because everyone knows white OBGYNs have in their basement their office.
Oh yeah, because they're just like the best kind of people.
Exactly. There's no shady business, no foul play, no corruption, no corpses, no, I don't know what other things to go by. No money laundering.
What else could you do? Drugs. We just passed an easy one.
Drugs.
Small
true.
children in a cage.
Well, at
little
least at
people
all
in a
times.
cage. Little people in a cage. Diversity.
Small
Diversity.
individuals.
We swap them in and out with the children to give the children a break, but we want to keep it cramped at all times.
It has to be occupied, just like a private prison. We got to keep it occupied.
Yeah, we got $2 a day per prisoner.
Making money.
My yields.
This is becoming profitable. We should make these kids do free labor more.
All right, guys, more kids, smaller cage. No, hear me out. We fold them. They're small.
I think we could fit 2 to
Little
a cage.
people are bendable too. Man, what a terrible OBGYN that is.
Exactly. Going into there, it's I was thinking some other characters, or was it doctors? I was thinking of something else in my head. What is about the OBGYNs or something like that?
I don't know.
I forgot my track with it. I don't know. I thought I was thinking of a different show or other black doctor. Oh, Dr. Hibbert from The Simpsons.
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying to think of other black doctors. See?
Like the episode, like Homer gets smart because they find the crayon in his brain.
Oh, and they take it out.
I was like, well, you see, I had my thumb right here the whole time. Like, that's so fucking smart. Then he goes to mow on the pool table to put it back in.
Oh, yeah. It's like, I want my husband back.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And it's like each time he puts it in a little further, he becomes a little different.
Because he realizes being intelligent is a lonely life, and it is.
His wife doesn't like him for being intelligent.
Yeah.
See, that's like the monkey's paw of wish. Oh, it was Lisa.
Well, him and Lisa befriended each other because he became intelligent. But then he became a know-it-all, and everyone started hating him. And he knew that everyone was so stupid. That's why he was like, all right, I'll be stupid again. And you know what? If there was a crayon in the world for that, I would put that crayon on my nose.
Exactly. It follows straight along.
What a wonderful life.
It's like working at a nuclear power plant as was it safety inspector or what he was.
That's what
now I'm remembering what it was. It wasn't the OBGYNs, but it was the churches, and it was I know there was one year it's called the Mountain of it's the Church of Mountain of Fire and Miracles or something like that. It's like some Nigerian Lagos based church. Oh, it was hilarious.
Nigerian Lagos based?
It's based in Lagos, Nigeria.
Oh, you said Legos?
Oh, no, Lagos. I should have said Lagos.
Oh, I heard my favorite toy.
No, not the Danish building block toy.
I fuck with those, man. Those are my shit.
Honestly, like, haven't they expanded kind of like their bigger sets because they realize adults have gotten more into
it? Like that's what I buy now. So I buy specifically Star Wars kits that are episodes 4 through 6. Like, I'm a fucking nerd about this shit.
Oh, the 4 through 6 hits or the 4 through 6
episodes.
Oh, those episodes.
Yeah,
so
Starship specifically from those episodes are the ones I buy. And so like now it's like the collector's edition ones. Like I have the collector's edition like Millennium Falcon that's like as big as this fucking table. Like
I think I've seen like models of those.
Yeah,
types.
They're huge. I haven't put them together yet. They're still in the boxes. Something about living with my mom still, but
that'll hinder it. But
and I'm not buying those now that I live with my mom. Just people are like, well, stop buying Legos, idiot. I know, but
once I have a place, I'll be able to display them.
I know. I'm gonna put it in a coffee table. It'll be pimp.
So you like slowly move up. Like I have my helmets over there, little bobbleheads on the second, or only the top row and the middle one are mine. But at least the middle one is all autograph stuff.
Yeah. So it's authentic as fuck.
I know. Well, luckily I have certifications of like authenticity with them.
So you can take that shit to Pawn Stars?
Well, not yet, because what I realized.
I went to the barbecue place that they run. Not good.
Guys.
It was awful.
All right, so they
stick to pawns, guys. Yeah, stick to the shitty TV show.
Stick to the pawn stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Stick to fucking people.
Exactly. The asking for their products is like, oh, you have a sword. What is this?
Ooh, that was used by King James IV to behead his wife.
Or their negotiating tactics.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah. This isn't scripted, man.
Like I understand when they do when they get the appraised price from, let's say, the expert, and then that person
That's my favorite
wants
part.
it, and then they really undercut them.
This is worth like 2 cents. But yeah, that's the market, buddy.
It's like, look, it's gonna sit on the shelf.
Listen, I gotta have a frame for it. Not like I don't have a warehouse of them. Yeah, I love that
Not
show.
that he doesn't have a bunch.
That's a good show to turn on in the background when you're stoned and cleaning. Just be like when you hear something cool, you're like, ooh, and then you look back, you're like, okay, cool.
See, my dad
That
was
much
watching
he
that all the
wants.
time.
He wants that
weirdly,
much.
so.
He's crazy. He's asking $10,000 for a coin, and he cleaned the coin. He ruined the coin by cleaning it.
It's like that push
Idiot.
it off. And then obviously when they find out it's not authentic, it's like, oh, then we don't even have to worry about.
Oh,
this
was made in the Denver Mint, not the Pennsylvania Mint.
It's like, oh, you thought this was from the Spanish-American War, but it turned out to be a child's toy from Quebec, Canada.
Yeah. See how this is plastic? See how it's stamped Quebec?
See how it says made. See how it says
I want
to
to see like the uncut version of that where like you know, remember there was Pawn Stars and there was Hardcore Pawn where they would be like mean to the customers. I want like those guys to be like, are you fucking kidding me? Get the fuck out of here.
Dude, that would wait, the Hardcore Pawn, was that also Vegas or was that
was in Detroit?
Okay, Detroit, because I was gonna say I could imagine like in New York, like a pawn shop there. It's like, what do you fucking want for this? All right, I got my grandma's jewelry here.
I sell this much on the corner. What the fuck you talking about? Hey,
it's like, hey, she said this was 13 carats. Hey, it's only 12 carats. Hey,
that was awful, man.
What are you talking about with it, you big beluga?
Dude, you're from the West Coast.
Of course.
You're the different kind of Jew. You can't do that.
Exactly. Well, at that one, it's more like, all right, we're going right up to here to Brooklyn. Because that's, I don't do the Brooklyn rabbi as well as I do more the Israeli one. It's like, I am here from Israel. My name is Netan. We are fighting terror here in America and the Canada. We will not stop till we crush the terror.
That just sounds like a French dude.
Well, it wasn't French. He's like, je ne sais pas, fais ça que tu.
Sounds like,
je ne sais
it sounds like your last character is just talking French now.
He's just trying to say, Henri, c'est pour toi, Cavani.
Nailed it, bro.
Exactly. Well, I have to disguise myself there, and I'm going to be prepared when I go there, okay? Because my mom, luckily she went the year before
your birthright?
Well, no, not birthright. I was offered that actually, the Hillel, the rabbi at ASU, Mendy Reimer, he approached me about that. But the thing is, I was still doing the work I did for the Arizona Diamondbacks and the retail thing, and I thought that would be good springboard to into the ticketing sales thing. So I didn't go when they did Birthright, which is during the summer. That was fine, but then I could go on my own, and then I could go find hang out with some Israeli chicks. I'd be willing to get a prostitute if I could pay for it in crypto. That is the one way I will be willing to do a prostitute, is if I can pay in crypto.
Dude, give it like 10 years, definitely. Like the high class ones, like the ones that it will go to you if you are in a penthouse.
You gotta pay, but you gotta do the penthouse.
Yeah, like you're like, I'm in a penthouse. Like, okay, cool. I'm not going anywhere lower than the penthouse. What kind of penthouse? A Motel 6? Are you fucking kidding? Okay, fine. Fine, just because you got me. But next time
I'm asking. Or you named your house the Penthouse.
Ooh, I have an elevator. Goes up to the second floor. It's a crank, but we'll get there. It's just like the fucking the old people thing on the stairs.
Oh, that lift.
Yeah, I was like sit down, baby.
Like when you're in elementary school and you got to get the wheelchair kid up to the stage.
Oh no!
So you have that go up.
I didn't go to elementary school.
Yours was your homeschool was not
my parents,
Americans with Disabilities Act compliant.
No, my parents, all of us could walk, so exactly. All the kids, we didn't have to have those houses.
You and your ableist school that you were in.
Yeah. All right, well, see, my mom was like, there's no handicapped kids here, physically, so we're just not gonna educate them. So they'll be handicapped in the future. So then when they're in their 30s, they still can't do math.
Now you're making me think of other things you could cross with this. How would syllabus day go for your? Oh,
dude, syllabus day was probably a beating. Just shut the fuck up and do as I say. Okay, Dad. Again, every semester.
Why is this always the way we start the school year? So you know what it's like to be in pain before it gets better.
life only gets worse from here.
Exactly. It's like, then you'll be glad for your other days because then
You'll
you can
look
look
back at the time I threw you in the canal and laugh.
Then every other day this year you'll be able to say, at least it's not the first day.
That's true.
It's like after that, then you're normal. Then you're not being mean to
Oh, yeah,
kids.
look at me. Look at me. I'm normal as fuck.
Exactly. It's like, well, unfortunately, as being comics, I think, we're normal we're normal on an outside level. But if you break into our shells, that's when the horrors and the drunken nightmares come out.
I'm a little basket case.
Oh, yeah.
It is a mental trap of horrors up in here.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Dude, all that go through me. Like, although I'd like to imagine that someone like Avery has more, so then I don't have to, like,
Oh,
think
yeah.
about
You got to see someone who's got it worse. You, okay. If I don't sink below that, I'm okay.
You can see.
But then when you do, you find the next one. See, there's never a rock bottom because someone's always got it worse.
True. Yeah,
and that's a silver lining, folks.
That's all you have to do. Just look at people in a worse situation to make you feel better about yourself.
You're right.
It's like, hey, you got diagnosed with cancer today, but at least you're not a Ukrainian diagnosed with cancer and having to leave because your apartment's getting bombed.
Dude, yeah, that'd be actually, yeah.
At least this is a cancer we can treat, unlike pancreatic cancer.
Listen, you got cancer. Good news, we're getting bombed, so you'll probably die anyway.
We're all going to die, so
hey,
you're
listen,
the lucky one.
I don't have cancer. I'm still going to die.
So
we're in this together.
So it's like, put it this way, we're both going to die, so it's like neither of us had cancer.
It's like it's a null factor.
It doesn't matter if you have cancer if we all die in a bombing.
In the biz, we call that breaking even.
I'm sure that's what some of the Japanese said during Hiroshima. They're like, oh, well, at least I have cancer. You're all going to die as well. Like, you got diagnosed with it, then you see the place.
They didn't have cancer. Then the next day, they definitely did have
the
cancer.
ones that survived had cancer.
They definitely did have cancer after that.
If you didn't have cancer, if you hadn't died, you had cancer.
If you weren't turned into a shadow, you have cancer now. I'm sorry.
You were blown up like all those other ones. No,
Dude, what a great way to wake up tomorrow and be like, wait, it's 9 p.m. Pfft, out. That'd be so awesome, man. All right, Karl, I gotta pee.
No
How
problem.
long? What are we out?
Oh, we got an hour and 17, so we're good right now.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, we can end it.
What's
so
up?
I don't know if you want to promote anything before you go. Go see Mical Bollwinkel to let your comedy orgasm off.
And also be prepared to be disappointed. Yeah. What was it? When do you put this shit out?
This first of the month.
First of March?
Yeah, because I always release first of the month.
1st of March. I got a show, March 5th. They toured a house. Look me up on Instagram, Mical Bollwinkel. I'm the only one.
Where's that one at?
Look it up on my Instagram, somewhere in Phoenix.
Yeah, I think I've seen it before. I think is it Osborne? I don't think it's in Osborne, but maybe it is.
I don't know.
Because it's not the Gracie show, I don't believe.
No, it's not. Dustin Hadlock is putting it on, so look up Dustin as well. Shout out Dustin Hadlock.
I think I know.
But it's somewhere in Phoenix. Yeah. The address is on the flyer that I posted.
I think I did see it, and it actually is a good lineup. Like, I was like, wow, this is actually a good lineup. Because usually it's like really like it's like half and half, but it's like, oh, this is actually good.
This lineup's gonna be fire. Like everyone, including me, will make you laugh.
Yeah.
No, and if we don't, well, that was your own fault because we're funny as fuck.
And you'll probably be diagnosed with cancer.
Other than that, the only other show I have, this is a future date, May 1st at Stir Crazy Comedy Club. I'll be doing Latin laughs.
Oh, hell yeah.
And so come out on the West Valley. But other than that, it's the only things I got to plug.
I haven't been to Stir Crazies yet, so I'm going to definitely need to make it out by then.
Dude, yeah, I'm really excited. It's the first time I've done a show there.
Oh, hell yeah.
But that's all I got, dude. Look me up, follow me, whatever.
That's the perfect time to do the joke involving the Raiders talking there.
Oh, yeah.
It's like some of you are involved in it.
Oh, the Dodgers? Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, I'm like, go Dodgers. Oh, go Dodgers. If you want to see more things like that, come to my shows.
Exactly. Follow him on his social media stuff, Mical Bollwinkel. I mean, his name will be
I'm the only one. If you spell it right, MICALBOLLWINKEL, I'm the only one, motherfucker. I'm an OG, original.
Exactly. He doesn't have to weird like, oh, ha, Mical or comic Mical.
I didn't have to put like a weird number.
Bollwinkel comedy.
It's literally just my name. It's amazing.
Exactly.
Except for on Twitter, it was too long.
Yeah, those bastards.
I was like, I'm Mical Bollwinkel. Like, your name, it's too long. I was like, fine, M. Boll. What's up?
Exactly. It's like you're gonna take it up to CEOs, and you're gonna call their helpline. It's like, hey, let me put my name.
Bump up the characters to 240, but I can't put 15 in for a name. You bastards!
This is it. It's like I deserve to be verified.
You are
if you're gonna do
discriminating
this.
against my German heritage, which I was adopted into. Because I'm Italian.
Adopted German heritage.
I'm Italian, and then I was adopted into a German family. So I'm like a Axis power, cum baby.
Exactly. Like that whole
Who
thing.
produced a little blonde-haired, blue-eyed baby. I am an Axis power factory.
It's like he might as well have been born on the border to the Swiss Alps.
And you know what? I'm taking power over that, and I'm not going to produce anymore. You know why? We got to stop the evil now, guys. I'm stopping it with me. I'm hoping my son, who I love very much, I'm hoping he learns from me as well. I gave him a ridiculous
You're going to do
name.
the one-child policy?
I'm doing the one-child policy.
All right, one-child policy.
One child. Well, I'm getting snipped. We're going to snip all the tubes up in these balls.
Makes sense.
Fuck yeah. Because women, you deal with enough. That's the least we could do. If I don't have a kid, just go get high, have a doctor fondle me, and then next thing I know, I can just bust nut anywhere.
Exactly.
No one will get pregnant.
Yeah, you get the feeling of it without having to get all the...
It's like virtual reality.
Yeah, exactly. It's like getting your trash thrown out without having to collect it and put it into the damn bins and bring it outside and doing that work. No, you just get it straight done, and you get the pleasure of like, it's done.
That's like having kids because you make them do that.
That's true,
oh,
yes.
Man, I got to rethink this.
Kids are all for the long term and stuff. They're the long term benefit because then someone will be willing to visit you, unlike those lonely people I remember having to encounter at my grandma's.
Dude, the day that I need my kid to visit me is the day I kill myself. And now we're done. I'm out.
Exactly. That's how all lessons should be.
It's all for a circle. Back to suicide.